And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Hail Mary's located on Harrison Avenue in Cheviot, right on the main drag. They're in the Dora District, so you can go from bar to bar with your drinks, or you can just hang out at Hail Mary's. They have 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall. There's not a bad seat in the house, and they subscribe to every sports package DirecTV offers. They can stream all the games, and Cincinnati sports will always be on the video wall. They have a walk-in cooler that's brand new draft lines. And not only do they pour the coldest beer around, they do so in 32.8 degree beer frosted glasses. Go see our good friends at Hail Mary's in Cheviot. All right, Aaron. It's Thursday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
You're welcome. I want to get this over with as fast as possible so I can get back to my Cincy Lights.
There you go. Supporting the people who support us.
Right. Yeah, maybe they could become a sponsor here sometime.
We worked together for 513.
We have. We've done a lot of stuff with Cincy Reigns. So, all right, you're up. 3 keys Thursday, Arizona State Saturday at noon. Let's have it.
All right, my first key to victory is continue bending. They're going to score. Let's be real. They're going to score. But the defense needs to continue to bend and not break. What they did against UCF was fantastic. What they did against Texas Tech left something to be desired, but we saw improvement with the bye week, and you have an opportunity to once again show your teammates, show Nip that this defense is certainly on the right track. And if they can continue to build upon what they did in Orlando, I think that they have an opportunity to do something pretty special for the second half of the season. So just continue bending, don't break. Score early and score often. You're not going to have – if Arizona State has it their way, you're not going to have a whole lot of opportunity to score. So take advantage of the possessions that you do have. And don't be afraid to step on the throat, run the score up. It's homecoming, but it doesn't matter. Every game, they should be trying to run the score up as high as you can. I don't like the protecting the ball at the end of the game, trying not to lose. Just step on the throat always. And get back to special. We've seen the kicking game go through a little bit of struggle of late, and I want to see them improve. And I'm sure that was a thing that young Nathan Hawks took on his shoulders this week, and I just hope that we're able to see some improvement there. I'd like to see something in like the punt return, kick return game as well, where we're actually moving the ball. I feel like there's a lot of fair catches. If there's an opportunity to return one, I'd like to see some chunk yardage there so the offense doesn't have to work so hard to drive the field. But let's get back to special.
Sorry, was getting a list of the basketball visitors ready for tomorrow night. That should be on the board shortly. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. I'm excited for it. Let me get this ready. Here we go. Sorry. Usually have it ready, but something popped up. Boom. Win up front. They did this on the defensive side of the ball against UCF, not as much on the offensive side of the ball. Some of that, of course, was UCF was sending numbers and trying to get an advantage at the line of scrimmage. At some point, teams are going to have to respect Brendan Sorsby in the pass.
Mm-hmm.
This offense and this offensive line, especially if D'Artagnan Tinsley is back, you're going to have for the first time this season your projected starting offensive line. You got to handle the trenches, and one of the best ways to be able to stop Cam Scatteraboo is to get him early, to get him before he's really able to get those legs churning and, power through tackles, power through defenders. You do that by winning at the point of attack, hitting him in the backfield, and not letting him really, get that momentum, get that downhill style that he likes to bring to the game.
Nothing like getting your projected offensive line in week 8, just the way you drew it up.
Yeah. 2, early rhythm. We have talked about this from the start of the season. Brendan Sorsby is a rhythm quarterback. When he finds that rhythm early, this offense is really difficult to slow down. Against UCF, they did a good job keeping him kind of off balance, keeping his throws a little bit off target early in the game. He did find that rhythm late, and it was enough. But, you're probably going to need more than 19, I would think, to beat Arizona State, even though, they've got their backup starting at quarterback. That's like, Jeff Simpson's not a great passer of the football. If you can get them down and at least make them a little more one-dimensional than they want to be, they want to run 60% of the time. That is what they do on average. In college football in 2024, that is a bananas number, that they are 60-40 run over pass. You have got to make them feel like they have to throw the football, that they can't just hand it off over and over and over again and keep pounding on you. So that's on Sorsby to find his rhythm early, put the pressure on that defense, and make that offense feel it a little bit, that they've got to keep up. And then 3, we got a basketball game tomorrow night. I thought I'd work a little basketball terminology in here, Aaron. You got to make the 3 ball. Now, that's not to say you settle for the 3, because Arizona State is one of the worst red zone defenses in the country in terms of giving up touchdowns. So obviously you want 7. But if you have to take 3, you got to put that bad boy through the uprights. And Nathan Hawks is he's not struggling. He's 8 of 11 on field goals. But he's missed some ones in some critical spots, especially end of half, where you can go in with momentum, and then you miss the field goal, and now you're a little deflated coming out of the halftime locker room. So, I think that's an important thing just for momentum, just for confidence. It would be nice to see a perfect day from Nathan Hawks putting the ball through the uprights. So there you go for that. Speaking of basketball, Aaron, basketball tomorrow night. Are you gonna try to dial it up on 700 WLW and listen?
Well, it's tough because we may be traveling an hour away from our home to go watch a football game
that starts at 7:00.
Yep.
Yep. Can't win them all. I will be there. What do you want to, when you watch, Keegan and I on the nightcap tomorrow night? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hear us talk about that the Bearcats did well? What are you looking for?
No, I want the lobs to look good. No shitty lobs. Let's start there. I want Dylan Mitchell to be electric. But truthfully, not just him. I hope that this team can kind of be just a dunking team. We got high flyers literally scattered up and down this entire roster. Most notably, Connor Hickman, the 6'2" white kid with a comb over, who can apparently throw down with the best of them on this roster.
I will also say, Aaron, a comb over apparently does not mean what it used to mean.
No. It's the Bieber look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A comb over used to be getting a little thin,
the hard part.
And you're hiding it with your comb over. That's not that.
Well, even when we were kids, we all had comb overs, but it was like just the hard part, right? Like,
right.
Not that we're shaving the hard part in, so you know where to comb it, but just you took the comb and actually made the part with the comb and then combed it over anyway. But I hope that we see some improved shooting out of guys who I don't want to say struggled necessarily, just weren't where we
Look,
wanted
it is
them
what
to
it
be.
is. Jizzle, Dan Skillings, and Day Day all shot under 30% from three.
Those were the ones.
They can't do that this year.
No.
Nobody's expecting them to shoot 40%. But if they're at
Right.
33 to 35%, there's a couple games last year that are a win that were losses.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel you on that.
And kind of getting back to the dunks and what have you, just if you're in the post, I do want to see improved post play. I don't want to be talking about 50% from layup and dunk range in really any game. I think that you have too much skill on this team for that to be an acceptable number ever.
Yeah, Dylan Mitchell should solve a lot of those problems with his ability to finish around the rim. I thought that,
Shouldn't
that
just be
spot.
him, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that spot alone caused a lot of those problems.
Yeah. Okay.
So, he should elevate that percentage because he's going to get a lot of those looks, right at point blank range. Also, he should be a lot better finishing off of second chance opportunities. They were dreadful last year.
That's where they hurt. Yeah, that's where they hurt.
They were great on the offensive glass, and they couldn't get 1 point per offensive rebound, it didn't feel like, for most of the season. So,
no.
Yeah, that's one that I don't want to sit here and be like, man, they had 16 offensive rebounds and 7 points off of offensive rebounds anymore, like we had to do quite a bit last year. It was frustrating.
But again, that's where you make up some of the ground in some of those games where they're one possession games. Just saying.
I'm really excited to get to see, how the new guys look integrating into a veteran team. Dylan Mitchell, Connor Hickman, Arrington Page, Tyler Betsy. Like, we know, I think we know, other than, what I talked about with Dave last night, and that is, what does that second year jump look like for Jizzle James? I think we're all excited to witness that. But, you've got a lot of guys that are familiar, and we know what we're going to get for the most part from Dan Skillings and Simas Lukosius and Jizzle James. How do the new pieces fit? And I don't mean that those guys aren't going to improve, but I mean, we know what their games look like. We know what their abilities are.
I'm hoping that with Dan, we don't see the turnover at the beginning of every game or
every game.
Just making the joke there. Even when you talked about new guys integrating, I almost said, you mean like CJ
CJ Frederick? Yeah, get it. Look, the truth is, Aaron, he is such a wild, and I said this with Mo today. You know what we were doing this point in time last year, Aaron? We were downplaying and almost ignoring the potential impact of John Newman. Because we had all felt he was hurt too much. We didn't get to see him really at all the year before.
Well, and we were excited the year before, though. You didn't want to get excited again and then be disappointed.
Yeah. If CJ Frederick is healthy, he is one of the best shooters in college basketball, hands down. It's not close. The guy has 4 years of stats to show that he is an elite three-point shooter, and nobody's talking about him. So, I think that is going to be an interesting one because I think, everybody's divvied up the minutes, and they do so without really counting CJ Frederick in those equations. And I think if he's healthy, there's a chance he can be a serious weapon. And I know, Keegan had that in his kind of what to watch for bullet points that he put up on the website today. We made that free. So if you want to, get a little taste of Keegan's writing, that article is free on the front page of Bearcat Journal. All right, man, it's my birthday. I'm out of here.
I don't blame you.
I appreciate you.
You only turn 62 once?
That's the nightcap. Brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar. We'll have a new host on Saturday night right here on BearcatJournal.com.
Happy birthday. See ya.